But I've got to get myself together, but otherwise I'll do exactly what I did.
Customers can conserve energy by setting their thermostat at 78 degrees and minimizing the use of appliances that generate heat like ovens and stoves. And fire departments across Contra Costa County were busy this 4th of July as they responded to 58 fires over the course of the night into the early morning hours. The Contra Costa County Fire Protection District says...
I don't know why it's doing that. No, it's on my Bluetooth on so I can, without touching the phone. Yeah, because I don't play that.
And it's only going to take me a minute to go in there and grab some glue and then come out because I'm not buying anything else.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just too tired. I really am. Just, and he's been seeing me wiping out the last couple hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna take a right, left. We're gonna take a left.
Yeah. Been in that Dollar Tree a few times.
Yeah, I don't like what we have here.
I've been at that one a few times. So yeah.
I don't like this one like I do Fairfields. I haven't, but if there's one in Vallejo, I haven't never been in it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So, you'll be able to relax and whatever, and I'm gonna take a nap, an hour's nap, just to give me a refresher, and then get up and I'll get in and function until I put myself back to bed. But I'm afraid if I go to bed as soon as I get back and I stay in bed, I'm gonna be up again at 2:30 in the morning. Too early. Although I enjoyed it, I mean, I went for a really long run this morning. Sorry to have to make you do it when you just got there, but
even when I worked with a couple of other people years past, it was just non-stop movies. Like, oh my gosh, like no,
I
get tired that way.
I like to see it, in one place too, but Bible like they did, and it was like, okay, well, I'll get some glue stick and stick them back down. And believe me, I don't want to be out right now. I've got to. yesterday got destroyed because when I woke up at 2:30 in the morning, it's like, okay, great. What are you gonna do? Well, take a shower and get ready to go take your run. And I did.
Like that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm by the book. I'm not gonna risk my life and others. So. That's fine. I won't do that. If I had someone before, I kept slamming the doors every time I close, and I get headaches that way too. I can't have. Yeah, I was picking them up to and from work for a while. I didn't like that. Like I always got home with such a big headache. Like I had to sleep for like the rest of the day just to, because of how bad it would get. Like
Yeah, I get it.
Oh yeah.
I understand that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, oh yeah. I wasn't asked to work with them. I was just like suddenly surprised. Like no, you have to ask me if I want to, not just randomly tell me to do something. No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like no. Yeah, that was hard on me. Like, for a few months, I just couldn't handle that. Like, yeah, mostly in the mornings, not so much like afternoons. But there were times like I had to come back in the afternoon.
Yeah.
In the middle of traffic, coming back to Napa. It's like it's kind of. Oh yeah, it's always like.
Well, I didn't want to have you do this, but like I said, I'm just like falling. He's been watching the last couple of hours. But I'm just like crashing.
Yeah.
But
oh yeah.
this is a busy weekend for me. I got the concert tomorrow night. That's why I gotta make sure that I'm sleeping. You know, that I go to bed later than I did last night. See if that will put me through.
Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah, so you should know parking here. Goodness, right? It's so hard to park in, but yeah.
Alright, I'll be right out. I'm just going to get a stick of glue.
Justice. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking too.
Oh, you don't want to take two?
No, I'm not. No,
I'm teasing.
Yeah, I don't pick up and stuff. Right. Yeah, this is hard because the line's not painted that well.
No, they're not.
Yeah, there's a couple streets like that too. I can't like. Tell.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
I was noticing some weird stuff on the streets this morning. I was driving. It's like.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of potholes mainly, not so much. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Whew. She has to fucking slam the door. Ooh, like his tattoo. That's pretty cool. Stand when she does that. Oops.
Las Vegas hotel was Britney Spears until the next day. NBA is in Las Vegas holding its summer league. The security guard reportedly apologized to Spears, but a police report was filed alleging battery. Wembanyama was selected first.
Like his tattoo. That's pretty cool.
In the NBA draft. 14 and 44 minutes
cool
past the hour. I'm Morgan Wood on the Black Information Network. A special thank you to Geico Insurance,
a proud founding partner who shares and supports the mission of the Black Information Network. John Elroy Sanford was born in St. Louis and raised on the south side of Chicago. His reddish hair and complexion would lead to a nickname, Red Fox. Best known for his role as Fred G. Sanford on the popular TV show Sanford and Son, Red would get his start in nightclubs on the East Coast, but find real success in the West, becoming one of the first black comedians to perform for white audiences on the Vegas Strip. He would sign a multi-album deal and release comedy records that inspire to this day.
What if my ears had been back here? You'd have to pull your pants down to hear what I'm saying.
Sanford and Son would run from 1972 to 1977, making Fox in his long list of co-stars household names. On October 11th, 1971, while co-starring with Della Reese in The Royal Family, Fox would suffer a heart attack on set and later pass away at the hospital. Red Fox was 68 years old, and while the big one finally got him, Red's legacy lives on through a body of work that includes 50 comedy albums, TV shows, and several films. Rest in power to the one and only Red Fox. This is Wesson Kishome for the Black Information Network.
Entertainment news.
on the Black Information Network.
So Drake is stating Childish Gambino's song This Is America on his It's All a Blur tour. During a recent performance in Chicago, Illinois, Jersey was performing his track Headlines as news headlines began running across the sides of the stage. Clever, right? One headline read, quote, the overrated and over-awarded hit song This Is America was originally a Drake diss record, which Gambino previously admitted that the song did start out as a Drake diss. In 2018, This Is America topped the Billboard Hot 100 and is now 3 times platinum. Drake's next tour stop is Detroit, Michigan, where he's doing 2 nights at Little Caesars Arena. Elsewhere, Britney Spears is speaking out about a recent incident in Las Vegas, Nevada, involving the NBA's top draft pick, Victor Wembanyama. TMZ reported the star was struck by a member of Victor's security detail when she tried to get a photo with him. In a statement posted to her Instagram stories, the pop star refuted the San Antonio Spurs basketball player's account that she grabbed him. She claimed she was hit in the face by a member of his security, him on the shoulder. Spears said the incident was extremely embarrassing, but she wants to share the experience to urge people in the public eye to set an example and treat everyone with respect. Police in Las Vegas tell TMZ that an investigation into the incident wraps up and the guard accused of slapping Spears will not be charged with the crime. It is very possible he had no idea who she was, seeing as how Victor was born in 2004. With the latest in entertainment at 17 and 47 minutes past each hour, I'm Bree Wood on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Time now for traffic and weather.
On the Bay Area's BIN 910.
Heading back to the top of the bay, we still see heavy traffic on northbound 101 starting at Roland in Novato, and that's going to carry you out past Olin Poly State Park. There's been some road work going on, and it's also affected traffic on eastbound Highway 37, which slows just before Lakeville Road. That's going to be heavy out to Sears Point. Normally, that's only about a 2 or 3 minute drive. You're looking more like 15 to 20 minutes. And that slow pattern is going to continue all the way out to Skaggs Island Road. In Vallejo, eastbound 80 slows before Magazine Street. That's going to carry you up to Redwood Street. We're also seeing slow traffic in Concord on eastbound Highway 4. That tightens up on you at 680. That's going to run you up to Willow Pass Road. A look at your Bay Area weather. We'll have clear skies overnight, lows dropping down into the 50s. With Bay Area traffic and weather, I'm Ricky Batiste on the Black Information Network.
Honest, credible, trusted. This is BIN, the Black Information.
The Bay Area's BIN 910.
I'm Mike Island in for Doug Davis.
And I'm Esther Dillard on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
Here are your top stories.
Cool.
A Tennessee black man faces the death penalty on charges he kidnapped and murdered a white woman out for a morning run. A top-ranking Senate Democrat demands the Department of Justice turn over millions of dollars to New York law enforcement agencies. And
she was upstairs with her other siblings playing, and we still don't have a clear idea of what exactly was going on. We just know that it happened. They were at home with great-grandma, who was their caretaker, and my mom was at work.
Children's play turns tragic. A 4-year-old is dead after an accidental shooting in Cumberland, Indiana. Police say Dior Nita was accidentally shot by a 5-year-old sibling on Wednesday. Neighbors are shaken.
We have kids, and just hearing that baby that we see on a normal day-to-day basis, even though it's across the street, was just heart-wrenching.
An investigation is underway to determine how the child got access to the gun.
Companies in New York City can use artificial intelligence in their hiring process, but a new law requires those businesses prove their processes are fair. So how do they do that? According to NBC News, the businesses must bring in a party auditor to evaluate their systems to make sure they're not prejudiced. Companies who fail to test could face civil penalties and may have to forego using AI to screen applicants. Experts say much still has to be worked out, as the law is the first of its kind in the country.
The National Guard is finding some unlikely competitors in its recruiting efforts. In a press statement, Guard officials said fast food companies like Wendy's and Carl's Jr. are attracting prospective recruits. Nevada, in Washington State, retail and technology giants like Amazon, Microsoft, and T-Mobile are doing the same. In Illinois, it's UPS and FedEx. According to Business Insider, the companies have enhanced their pay and benefits packages to recruit new and former employees after many of their workers left during the pandemic.
President Biden is highlighting new clean energy manufacturing investments in South Carolina.
Jobs that used to go to Mexico, India, Romania, and China are now coming home to South Carolina.
Speaking from West Columbia, Biden announced a new partnership between solar and battery company Enphase Energy and manufacturing firm Flex. He says the partnership will create 600 new jobs in South Carolina and 1,800 jobs nationwide. He claimed his economic plan has resulted in nearly $500 billion in manufacturing and clean energy investments in the U.S.
For more news impacting the black community, listen to the Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app or log on to BINnews.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Black Information Network and on Twitter at BlackInfoNet. I'm Island, along with Esther Dillard on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
If you've got a story, we want to know about it. Call the Black Information Network hotline at 855-500-9BIN.
The Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app. Get the black news that matters in 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes on the Black Information
Bay Area, BIN 910. Your money on the Black Information Network.
Striking hotel workers were back on the job in Los Angeles, at least for now. They walked off the job for much of the long holiday weekend as they demanded higher pay and better benefits. Union officials say they might show up at other hotels with new ticket lines. They added the holiday strike only targeted 19 hotels. The union says workers could hit the picket lines at 41 other hotels at any moment. Hotel representatives accused the union, United Here Local 11, of being inflexible. Last week a deal was reached with the Westin Bonaventure Hotel and Suites in downtown L.A. And the California Task Force on Reparations wants the state to get rid of interest on late child support payments for black residents. The state's Reparations Task Force said discretionary laws have torn black families apart as they are disproportionately affected by child support debt. That's according to an over 1,000-page report released last week. It claims that 10% interest on back child support prevents them from having the money to further and careers, as well as find housing. Money news at 24 and 54 past each hour. I'm Natasha Williams. I'm your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Black news from black journalists. This is BIN, the Bay Area's BIN 910.
I'm Esther Dillard.
And I'm Mike Island, on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network.
An Atlanta, Georgia firebombing over the weekend causing hundreds of thousands of dollars in damage has prompted Black Mayor Andre Dickens not to mince words.
The people who committed this violence, whoever they may be, are peaceful dissenters. These are the actions of blatantly outrageous, dangerous, and violent criminals.
Dickens believes it was a targeted attack by professional anarchists. The group firebombed an Atlanta police training facility, causing damage to police cruisers and motorcycles. Dickens says a fringe group has taken responsibility on social media. A reward is being offered through Crime Stoppers and APD.
The Department of Justice has filed an appeal to a court's decision to limit the Biden administration's talks with social media. Republican states have sued the administration, alleging it colluded with social media sites to censor conservative voices. The Biden administration contends their efforts using social media were to combat misinformation of COVID-19 and elections. This week, a Trump-appointed judge issued a sweeping preliminary injunction barring numerous federal officials and agencies from having any contact with social media firms.
You've heard of Black Twitter. Well, now there could be Black Threads now that Facebook's launched its answer to Twitter. NBC News reports 30 million people have signed up. And then, let's not forget The Spill. That's the new Black-owned social media app that launched in mid-June. It was started by two Black former Twitter employees. Time magazine reports right now, if you want to use The Spill, it's invite only. Despite that, 130,000 users signed up to get on the wait list to use the app. For more on these stories and international, national, state, and local news of the community, listen to the Black Information Network on the iHeartRadio app or log on to BINnews.com. Follow the BIN on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Black Information Network and on Twitter at BlackInfoNet. I'm Esther Dillard along with Mike Island on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network. Now here's Morgan Wood with the Washington Roundup. A small bag of cocaine found at the White House will now be tested for DNA and fingerprints. That's according to NBC News, which also noted the investigation could be completed by the end of the weekend. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre told reporters it was found in a heavily traveled area of the White House where many West Wing visitors walk. NBC News also reported that officials say it's possible there may be no resolution in the investigation. Investigators are also reviewing security camera footage from the area where the small bag was found. Press Secretary Jean-Pierre also noted President Biden and his family were away at Camp David when the drugs were discovered by Secret Service. The discovery led to a brief evacuation of the White House. And the White House is also brushing off former President Trump's claim that the cocaine found in the West Wing belonged to President Biden and his son. That's your Washington Roundup. I'm Morgan Wood on the Black Information Network.
What happens when you add Chevrolet, the National Newspaper Publishers Association, and some of the best and brightest HBCU students in the country? The 2023 Discover the Unexpected Fellowship. These amazing young ladies and
Said it wouldn't take me long. Just finding out where they put stuff. They started with all Dollar Trees are doing. $2, $3, $5. Just give me the stupid glue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Every once in a while, you have to change pretty much what things are. Just how we tell.
This all used to be $1.25, but now I just read that their Dollar Trees are going to all start this, but I also read that they're going to go back down to $1. So it's like, okay, you know, I don't. I don't know if I trust this one, so I got this one because Elmer's you can trust. Anyway, I'll go in and take a nap, and then I'll get up and eat. Normally, just an hour will, be good for me, but just enough to shut my eyes and say, okay, I'm up. Kevin, and then the woman's coming tomorrow. I will just give her my keys. Well, I'm going to that concert. She's going to my place.
Yeah.